everyone.
Hello.
Hi, Debbie.
Hi, Faye.
How are you? Oh, good.
Looking forward to tomorrow.
Yeah, we're getting ready for our craft retreat, aren't we?
We're getting very ready. Yes, yes.
Hi, everyone.
Hello.
Great stuff. Lots of people joining us. Hi, Steph. Hi, Helen.
Hi, Steph.
Wonderful. Yeah, we are getting all geared up for a weekend away. So we said we haven't quite finished packing yet because we've got some of the bits we need for tonight's craft along, and then it'll all be going in the car.
It will be going in the car.
How exciting.
Yes.
So how is everyone? Hi, Jill. Hi, Karen.
Hello.
Great. Let me get the comments up because I know some people also join us on YouTube as well, don't they? Great. Hope everybody is well. Nearly the weekend. So, yes. Debbie, I can see you've been very busy, haven't you?
I have been very busy. They're not on the website yet because I have to do all the saving and all the things, but this is a new one called a flower lace. I have also made a
flower lace
tennis racket, which I thought would be quite
that. Ready for
nice.
A bit of Wimbledon in the summer.
Ready for Wimbledon, yeah. I've also been making, after request into DT, some mini book cut files. So this one will be a flower mini book, so you can have the cutout to do a front cover, and then I've just cut out a few pages. I thought it'd make a really nice little mini book.
Oh, that's good if you want to use up scraps of paper, because that's the perfect size if you've got.
And I was thinking with little photos, you could do 2x2s, or you could have a lot of photos in here.
And put it on like a little book ring. You could.
Yes, that's what I was thinking.
Put it on a book ring.
And one of our DTs requested a cupcake. So I've turned that into a mini book cut file as well. So just use some old papers to cut out just to try it. So that's another one that I'm going to just tuck away there.
Oh, we've got lots more people joining us. Hi, Ali and Sue. Hi, Lizzie. Hi. Brilliant. Steph says your tennis racket also reminds her of a pan and waffle. Yeah. I love how Steph always sees the
You can rely on Steph to see outside the box. We've also got a very big flower.
You know, that would be good for mounting photos.
Yes.
You could actually turn that into a photo frame.
Yes. Have a Viewmaster that I thought could also make a very nice mini book, or picture. I've been trying to get one of these for ages, and the place where I buy my images only had a file format that I couldn't use, but they've now released it, so I could.
Oh, that is beautiful. Yeah. Beautiful. And that would be good on the layout as well as a mini book.
Yes, and you could have a couple of photos in there, couldn't you? You could make it bigger. So yeah.
You see, I remember those viewfinders and putting the photographs.
I used to love them. The 3D pictures, they were fun, weren't they?
Yeah, and you'd click the button and it would rotate round, and you'd hold it up to the light so you could see the images. Love that.
Got some acorns and leaves.
Oh, love those.
This is digital only
because it's fiddly.
Yeah, and the paper lace, and really, I suppose you could do the mini books, but you'd only have one cover and one page file, but you could draw around them, I suppose.
Yeah, you could actually. You could, and or if somebody wants them just pre-cut as one-offs for a scrapbook page, for example.
Yeah. Right, the next one I have is 3 on a page, paint palettes. Because I thought we always use paint palettes, don't we?
Now,
and I've actually...
That could be so many different things, because I'm thinking, you know, those French shutters, and you could make a window of. So actually, paint palettes, window shutters. I love that. And
based on
Jill said she saw a 3D. The 3D one. Was it the viewfinder? Jill, could be a robot.
Oh yeah.
And Steph says she saw that too. I love how we see all these things in the
comments. It's because we're creative. This one I thought would be nice done with a wood effect, because you did a lovely wood effect on a hoop that I have also had a go at. So
this.
That would be really good for windows, wouldn't it, as well?
So I'm going to show, oh, my camera's gone out of focus. I'm going to show how I did this. This is Debbie's embroidery hoop cut file, which comes in next month's kit. And I've done some wood distressing effects. I'm going to show how I did that a bit later. Great.
I also have Craftermath. Oh yeah, chocolate bars.
Yeah,
Craftermath
that's
based on a request from one of our DT. And there's more.
And there's more. You have been busy.
More. I have been so busy. And
oh, now I
some
love
drips.
This is right up my street because
but I'm also.
Let me find our punch, because we got a punch, didn't we? So you were inspired by it.
But I thought I'm also in the middle of making a stencil, because I thought a stencil would be fab as well.
But it's great having the different. So obviously the punch that we were using a couple of weeks ago has got one set pattern. What I like about that is you've got 3 different styles of drips. So if you were layering them up
with all different colours, it would look fabulous. You'd have a real overlay. Can you see?
Wow. Yes.
Yeah.
I need to play with that cut file. That is lovely. You could ink those up. If it was in white, you just ink them up, your own colours.
Yes. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. You could get them coordinating to a collection. And I don't know if I showed you this one. This is the last one, my big leaf.
Love it. Love it. Oh, thanks, Jill. They're all fab, she says. Debbie is
thank you.
Clever. She spends many an hour designing and tweaking.
Oh, I do.
And as you've said, you get a bit frustrated sometimes. You've got to walk away and come back to it.
Yeah, got to switch everything off and come back and do deep breaths.
Oh, hi, and Nicola. Also, got lots of people with us.
Also, last week I tried the Perfect Pearls, and I have sealed it. I bought the cheapest own brand hairspray from my local supermarket, and it has sealed it beautifully. So it works really well. I don't know if you can see.
It is beautiful. And it sealed it perfectly.
Yeah. Just fabulous. And it's cheap.
Yeah, we like that. Cheap as chips. Yeah. Sarah says, a mini album for the leaf would be fun.
Yes. Yeah, I was thinking that, but I was thinking if I did one for the leaf, it would have to have, and I'm in the middle of doing some shell ones. You'd have to take the stalk off, otherwise that would be a real annoyance. So I'd have to fiddle about with that to make that just right.
Yeah, to make it.
It would take a bit of fiddling, a bit more tweaking.
Right. So we are going to get going on
something
on this. So yeah, we're working with the new collection from Simple Stories, which is called Simple Vintage Spring Garden. It's beautiful. And it's next month's subscription kit. So currently we're shipping Moonlit Garden. I think there's only one left, isn't there, Deb?
Yeah, I think so.
1 or 2?
There might be 2. There's no more than 2.
That's it for the Moonlit Garden. And then this is next month. So it is packed full of stuff. And I made at the weekend crop, because we had our in-person crop, I made this little background, which is this beautiful stamp. Now, unfortunately, Carabelle has stopped trading now, but we've still got a lot of the Carabelle products in stock. And this stamp, I know you had to go at playing with this on Saturday, didn't you, Deb?
Yeah.
It is. It's just really great quality. Let me just show you. So we had to put it on a plastic box lid because I didn't have a stamp block big enough, because
it's one big one.
It is. So we stamped that in. I used picked raspberry, and then
somebody said the hoops look fab cut in the wood grain paper. It's not cut in wood grain. It's all inked, inspired by my lovely friend Faye.
Yeah, I was playing at the weekend. So this was just a white cut file. I will show you how I did it, because I've got the smaller one to do. So this is, I just use archival vintage photo. You could use distress ink.
Well, I use something else, so I can show you what I used as well. And I think whatever you do, you will get a lovely wood effect.
Yeah, this was just an old texture stamp that I just had, and I was like, oh, is that wood effect? Well, that's kind of wood effect.
Well, I had this one that I've never used before, an Andy Skinner one, and it's like scratches, but it's worked perfectly. And I've just used distress ink and stamped it in smoky grey and vintage sepia.
Sepia, nice. Yeah, I love that. I missed Rachel. Sorry, I was chatting away. What is it called? Which, oh yes, the stamp. I got you because I went off on a different tangent. So this is Edwig Verrières. You could say this. It's in French, Debbie. Dans mon art journal.
Dans mon art journal.
There we go.
Dans mon art journal.
Yes. It's beautiful. It is beautiful. I don't know if it's actually let me just have a little sneaky look.
Is it still in stock? I can't look because I'm on my phone because I'm having more internet issues.
It is still in stock. I'm on the.
It's still
if you go to our website, Carabel Studios, shop by brand, and it's Carabel Studios, and it is still in stock. It is beautiful.
It's a really lovely background, isn't it?
I had to buy it before it was all gone because they're just. It's one of my favourites. Right, so that's the background. So Debbie, yes, you've got yours stamped.
See, I'm debating cutting out some different flowers. I'm debating cutting out these as a border. These are really lovely as well, aren't they?
Oh yes, I've done some fussy cutting with that. That's my next planned layout coming right up.
Right, that's what I'm thinking.
Let's do a girly layout. Is this all pink? A picture of me and you at our weekend crop. That was when it was the King's coronation.
Oh, we had such a fab time, didn't we?
We did, and we've got the next one coming up 18th, 19th of May, haven't we? But that was
very exciting.
That was this year. No, last year.
Last year now.
It's gone.
I'm just wondering whether to get me Fisker's little fussy cut knife out or do it with scissors. I think I might try the knife.
I did mine with a knife. If I just bring this across, because this is what I was thinking. This is the paper that I used, and at the weekend, can you see I've just fussy cut bits with a craft knife, and I'm going to tuck the embroidery hoop underneath.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea.
If I show you, look, I planned that I can do that, and that, and I actually put vellum inside my hoop so that I still have this poking through, but it's slightly faded. That's my plan. Do that.
Very nice. Oh, you've got yours the other way up. I think I prefer it that way.
Oh, yes, I see what you mean.
I was going to do it that way.
Oh, because this is the title strip, so technically it should go that way. Oh no, yes, I do prefer it that way. Either way, that one's either upside down or that one's upside down. Whichever.
I don't think it matters, does it?
No. Oh, thank you, Nicola. I have enjoyed playing with this collection so far. We're only just starting.
So did you just cut these out in the middle so they stood out?
Yes. So I only cut the big yellow flower, the little bit of pink, only that bit there.
Because that's kind of background, isn't it? It's a bit too.
Yeah, and
too much detail to cut out.
This has got vellum on it, so I decided.
Oh, that looks fab, but I don't think I've got any vellum. How can I not have any vellum?
Well, I tell you what, in the depths of your mine was in a box that must have been about 10 years old, and I thought, right, I'm stash busting.
No, I've only got vellum with patterns on, like stars and things, which wouldn't look right with.
Yes. Yeah, I know what you mean. It would have.
I've got tissue paper. I might have tissue paper. I could use tissue paper.
You know what I'd also thought? I was trying to look for a bit of Aida to make it like a proper embroidery ring and stick a piece of Aida, but I didn't have any.
Do you know, there are dies that you can get that actually punch holes. Do you know who's got them? Liz. Liz has got dies that punch holes because she's stitched on card.
Oh, wow. Yes.
But I haven't got the patience for that, or the time, or the energy. Beautiful. I'm afraid. Yeah. Really, really lovely.
Steph said she would have had it at the bottom. Yeah, that way that Debbie's got it now, Steph. I know what you mean. I think I hadn't even noticed that. And once you spot it, you're like, oh, which way up does it go? Oh, well done, Rachel. She's grabbed that stamp. It is beautiful. It is totally sweet. There's certain ones of Carabelle that I think, oh, I just got to get it, because once, you know, it's so sad that they're stopped trading.
It's so sad. And we said, didn't we, if I buy that one, you buy that one, and
we were
share.
We were taking it. I was like, well, I want all these, but actually we can't have them all. So Debbie will buy the ones, and then we'll swap. Right, let's see. I've got these lovely puffies that I love. The little hearts. Haven't opened these yet. So you get a pack of puffy stickers in there. Oh, that's a good idea, Karen. Karen recommends on the embroidery hoop you could get a piece of acetate actually, and then even just a little bit of alcohol ink in certain areas to distress. You know, because you did acetate with your sunglasses, and that was fab.
Yeah. Well, I'm in the middle of designing a stencil of stitches. So I need to finish that and get that out and see if I can stencil some sewing, you know, like some actual stitches as well.
Yeah.
That's next on my, it's on the long list, on the list of things to do.
I love our long lists. We do get through them eventually.
I never get through mine because by the time
you add to it,
there's always something to add to. Yeah,
that is very true.
And then some take priority because I think, oh, you know, somebody's asked for that and they'll use it. So that kind of takes priority over
certain things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not getting on very well with this. I think I'm just going to use my scissors.
Ah, I had to rotate the paper as I was doing it. I sort of kept the knife.
Yeah, I think it's going to have to be scissors. I'm just going to start it off here.
Yeah.
And I think I'm going to do scissors. It's going to have to be scissors.
Rachel asks, are you going to stock those little finger cutter knives? I think we got to see supply wise, because blades and things are import restricted, because we get a lot of ours shipped in. A lot of these, even things like, would you believe, dies. Certain dies are import restricted because they count them as blades.
And alcohol ink.
Yes.
That's as a dangerous substance. And it's really hard to get Fiskars stuff.
I know, it's like gold.
Really hard. It's like, I don't know, it's like they're just not trading anymore or something. It's really odd. You go to all the shops that used to stock them. John Lewis used to stock Fiskars, and they've got nothing in there.
No.
It's really sad because they're really good products.
Yeah, they are fab. It is a real shame.
Really well made. Like the paper trimmers, you can't get the rotary paper trimmers anymore, not the old style like we've got.
I know, which is strange because I only got mine a few months ago, but seems they are gone.
Yeah.
There's obviously a new Tim Holtz one. I don't know if anybody's tried the new Tim Holtz cutter and can tell us what they think.
The Sizzix have got a new one, but it's made of recycled plastic, and it's a black one, and it is a rotary trimmer, but it's not like ours. I think you do get very used to what you're working with as well.
It's true, you do. I go for a yellow title here. Lovely. Right, maybe a couple of little enamel dots. Can't resist these. I was going to put a little bit of shadow inking around here, but now it's all stuck down. I don't want to spoil it. I'm not sure I'm brave enough for that. Let's get a few little dots.
Right.
I love enamel dots. Can never have too many enamel dots in my view.
You're a fan of the enamel dots, aren't you?
Love them. Don't need many. Oh, I've not heard of those, Steph. Rotor trim. I bet they are really hard wearing if they're used to being used in a school. I bet they go on and on. Right, I'm not sure that needs much more. I've put a couple of little enamel dots, a little clusterage here, bit of lace. Kind of thing I might come back to.
Oh, I put my blinking stencils, haven't I, in the car?
Oh no, you've packed.
I've packed. Oh, dear God.
Oh, you packed too soon. Right, that's a good question Rachel's asking. So this butterfly paper, it does come in the Simple Vintage Collection kit, Rachel, I think. So you might be getting your hands on that fairly soon. But what's the name, Deb, of this?
What it's called? I can find it now. It is called it's Simple Vintage Spring Garden Spread Your Wings.
Spread Your Wings. We've got those as single sheets on the website. We've got some more of the collection kits coming in because an order is going to be on its way fairly soon. This one is called Scatter Sunshine, which is beautiful. I haven't cut this product strip off, so I'm going to do that first. Yeah, these are the rotary trimmers that we love, but they are not really, but we can get the Sizzix, the Tim Holtz ones, but the Tim Holtz ones I think are about double the price, aren't they?
Yeah,
sure, they're not cheap. Not cheap.
Right, I feel I need to try a stitching stencil, but I'm going to have to go upstairs.
Okay, you're going to go and fetch something. You go for it.
Yeah, because I'm thinking if I have a go at backing this and just putting some stitching, that could look good. But it could look rubbish, but I could have a go on a piece of card.
This is nice because that's sort of stitched, but obviously in this large cut file it doesn't quite fit. But I do like this patchwork.
Oh, is that in the?
That's in the paper pad. That's beautiful.
Let's have a look. I didn't think to look in there.
I might fussy cut some of these florals because I want to layer some florals up here. Oh, there's more florals here. Look, that would look quite nice. That's the thing about
that's a bit too busy, in my opinion.
Bit too much, yeah.
Too busy. Yeah, it's lovely, but it's too busy.
But not for this.
No.
The thing I like about these 6x8 paper pads is that you don't get as much waste and you get a bit of each of the papers from the collection without needing to buy all the 12x12 sheets. I thought, 6x8 pads, they're probably just for card makers more than anything, but actually for scrapbooking you tend then not to. Right,
I'm just going to have a quick look and see if I can find some stuff.
I'm going to foam pad that one. Let's see what else I might use. Some of these little florals are nice. There's a little bird cage. Fussy cutting this. Oh yeah, the paper flowers from 49 in Market would go well with this, Rachel. Those beautiful vintage paper flowers would go perfectly with this. Yeah, Steph, that's it. The 6x8 pad's perfect for backing Cutfiles. Just don't feel like you are wasting too much. And for the 49 and Market mini albums, they are perfect for this with the 6x8 pads. I'm going to put that there with some florals. I'm going to build clusterage down here. Really good. So, has anybody got any crafty plans at the weekend other than we're off to the retreat? I don't know what else is happening or whether anybody's got anything to look forward to. The weeks just seem to be flying by at the moment. Right, she's back.
I'm back. I have found some circle stitching, but I'm not sure about that one. I think that's too small. I found some straight stitching, but I've also found some lace stamps. So I don't know if that would work.
Ooh, okay.
But I can try it. But that might look quite... There's strips of lace.
Yeah. Love it, Jasmine. She's like, ooh, yes, a bit of a clusterage.
Oh, you've got to be loving the clusterage.
You know. Oh, that's good, Steph. You're on an online crop. The beauty with that is you've got everything you need in easy reach. We love going on crops, but there's a pressure around being organised, and I do not feel very organised at the moment, but it will be what it will be. You just go with the flow. That's the plan.
I don't know what any of this is going to look like, but I'm just trying a little bit of an experimental. Oh, that was stuck hard.
Oh, Jasmine, you've only managed one layout since Jan because you've been so busy. Well, you've got a whole weekend coming up.
Gosh.
Cannot wait. And because it's at a hotel and all your food is cooked for you and you can wear your slippers all weekend if you like and you've got your own hotel room, heavenly.
I've got new slippers.
Oh, you've treated yourself.
No, I saved my Christmas slippers because I thought, oh.
Yeah.
And then I thought, I'm glad I saved them.
There's something nice about new slippers, definitely.
Oh, yeah. It's a real treat, isn't it?
I've got my new rainbow trainers that arrived yesterday. Oh, no, today, actually. So,
oh, lovely.
I am bringing my slippers, though. I will be bringing the slippers. Right, let's get the photo and some little bits. This is going to go here. I might match the photo on maybe a bit of yellow.
Oh, this is darker than I thought it would be.
Small yellow border. It's a bit darker than you hoped.
Yeah, a bit darker than I thought it would be, but I'm going to just stamp it up and see.
See how it goes.
I need something a bit paler, I think. I don't think you get as good as crisp a finish with the Distress inks, would you? Let's see.
Rachel's got a new jumper for the weekend. I have
got I've been messaging Denise. I'm gonna she's been crocheting, so I said, wear your crochet cardigan and I'll wear mine. I made one years ago, and so she's wearing hers and I'm gonna wear mine.
Love it. I've got bright coloured dresses for both days. Bit of rainbow.
Lovely.
Can't beat it. And then
I've got jeans, little jeggings.
I've got comfies for Sunday. Leggings for Sunday. I am going to bring my giant baggy cardigan because there's something quite nice about wearing a comfy cardi.
I'm not sure about that.
So Steph has said, Debbie, stamp the lace in pale colours, cut it out and layer it up so it's like in ruffles. That's a beautiful idea.
That's what I was thinking. It definitely needs to be much paler.
But a nice pastel in so from the colour swatches I've been experimenting with, Squeeze Lemonade is beautiful with this collection.
Yeah, there was a pink, wasn't there? What was the... I've got the pink. Yeah. I've got my tote already, look.
You've got it. So it is
Tattered Rose.
Tattered Rose or Sponge Sugar. Tattered Rose is obviously more that colour, but then you've got this darker pink, which would be more like your
I haven't got Sponge Sugar, I don't think.
Or Worn Lipstick. Yeah, let me try this one on this side so I'm not wasting the card. I need to just wipe this off. Right, that's my little matted photo. It's how to build up some of these bits. So not keen on that. I don't think I'm going to be as happy with the detail. It's very rustic. Not sure if I like. Will it show though? I think it could be really quite subtle. And if you were to stamp it like that, and you could even border punch the edge and then layer it up. Yeah, I think I'd have to trim round it. I'm just wondering whether worn lipstick would be better. Let's try a little bit of worn lipstick. Keeping the options open at the moment. Keeping the options open. Because the worn lipstick is an oxide, so I'll get a clearer stamp. Yeah. Let's try all my options. Oh, that's going to be quite bright though. Right, so I'm going to take that off. I don't like this big. Happy, and then this is the cut file that comes in the kit. Happy Family. Now I think that's a bit too bright, don't you? I quite like it because it goes with, was that worn lipstick? Yeah. Is that going to be too bright in there though? Happy Family. No, it's not. It's going in. It's going in. I'm making a decision. Do it. I'm turning it over. Steph will never say it's too bright, so I don't think the birdhouse is working. Yes, the hoop is in the kit next month. You actually get 2 hoops. You get 2 hoops? A smaller one and a bigger one. So 2 hoops. These are mine. I was going to find my other hoop so I could just do a quick demo of the wood effect. Where is my other hoop? So that's the size you get. There's a smaller one and a bigger one. White paint over it. Oh, I can't go upstairs again. I'll be leaving Faye by herself for hours if I go and find white paint. She'll be going live. Where were you? I've got some white paint here. If only I could pass it to you. I can't find my other embroidery hoop. It's somewhere here. Oh yeah, here it is, because I can just really quickly show how this came together. Right, let's get a bit of scrap paper. So I used 2 different inks. So I used Gathered Twigs in the oxide, and then I used Vintage Photo Archival. But equally, I've got VersaFine. So VersaFine in brown would work. But I wanted more of a detail. I mean, any ink would work, but I literally went all the way round like this and just kept changing the angle like this, and it looks a bit of a mess to start with till you build it up. And then with a little blending brush, gather twigs.
I found the oxides were too dark for adding that. I used Distress ink for my embroidery hoop. What did you use?
So I used oxide, but I just went to the edge like this.
I put mine all over, but I used the Distress inks, not the oxides, for the hoop.
So I did one edge like this on a piece of scrap. So I was starting on the scrap and working inwards. And then I went on the inside edge and did the same again.
Nice.
And it just created a slight shadow. But you can build it up. It's the kind of thing that you build up to just get that wood effect. And that is... But this, yeah, like you say, it's just any old texture stamp, really.
Yeah. Anything will work. Anything a bit scratchy. Yeah, that's how I did it. I inked mine first and then I did the stamping after. I don't know who's asking.
Okay, you did it that way round.
Yeah, I inked with Vintage Photo, I think, and then I stamped on the top, but I stamped with VersaFine, and I used Vintage Sepia and Smoky Grey, because I thought they were quite toned down.
So that just shows you can do it, get different...
Yeah, I think whatever colours you've got, wood is wood. Wood is all different colours, isn't it?
Great. But I do love these little embroidery hoops. They are super effective for framing a photo.
Well, I definitely need to get my stitching stencil out, but it's in the car. My first go is in the car.
You've packed it.
I've packed it. I was thinking I might need it this weekend. It's daft, isn't it?
You were trying to be super organised, you see.
I was trying.
So, I'm just not too sure about this birdhouse. What do people think? It's just a bit... This is all quite delicate, and I find that birdhouse a bit chunky. It does tie in with the hoop, but I'm just not feeling it.
Just wondering if 3 lots is going to be enough.
I think that's going to be really effective.
I'm going to give it a go. I might stamp some more when I got the ink out.
Lovely stamp you've got there. You might have to pack that one for the weekend so I can have a go.
Yes. I've got a couple of lace ones, actually.
I like the lace stamping. It's a great idea, really delicate. Very good. Right, I'm just...
I'll pack that in the... I'll pack it in the ballast bag. I've got a couple of lace ones.
Please bring that one with you. We could have some good effects with that.
I have got some other ones I'll bring as well for you to have a root through.
Well, I'm thinking you could stamp those just as you're doing and then actually create a whole layered background of lace if you cut it out.
Yeah, I'm thinking I'm going to cut along the scallops and layer it like Steph said. And if I put it on 3D foam dots, you'll see the edge. And I could ink it slightly with a bit of brown to give it a bit more texture.
Yeah, I'm loving some of these suggestions. So Rachel said maybe in that bottom corner there so that you've got this flowing here and then you're just building up something in this bottom corner. And then, as you say, like some little flowers. I'm going to fussy cut some more florals here. Because I'm with you. There's one there. That one worked out quite nicely. This one's a nice floral, but it's got words over it. Not so keen. Bloom where you were planted.
Could you cover the flowers with another clusterage thing, like a little flower or something, if you don't like the words?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. You could just layer up.
Because you are the clusterage queen, aren't you?
I like this, but I don't like the ribbon around it, so I'm just going to cut it out. And then there's another flower. I've seen quite a few people cut up ephemera, and it's quite brave, but if it doesn't quite work for your layout, just trim it down. I know when I did the 49 and Market mini book class, the lady teaching it often cut bits of her laser cuts and just said, oh, I like that bit. No, I don't like that bit. She was brave with that.
I suppose they have lots of them to play about with, though, to be fair. If you're a bit precious like I am and you're like, oh, that's my last bit of foliage there.
Foliage.
Yeah, because you love a bit of foliage, don't we?
But yeah, got a bit braver now. Yeah, so I'm with you, Rachel. So you're just thinking that. Just put it just over the ring. And actually, I can put a couple more florals down here. I think it's the kind of thing you can just build up. Don't know that bit. That looks strange. Let's see. Have I got any other florals? There's the ephemera pack somewhere. That comes with the kit. Yes, there's some more florals in here. So this is called Bits and Pieces. Again, like this, but don't need that spring title. So we're going to cut that off. Cutting it to pieces. I've seen quite a few people cut the white borders off like this. Sometimes I like the white borders and other times it doesn't quite go.
Does Steph cut all the white borders off her stickers? I think she may be a white border cutter outer.
Can't remember, Steph. I think Kelly on our DT might. I've seen her do that on layouts before. Just got to do what makes you happy.
Absolutely.
Oh, I lost you. She's there 1 minute, gone the next. Oh dear, it's all happening.
Sorry.
It's all happening. The camera's gone.
I banged the camera with my cutter and it just went.
I love it. Steph, well, I'm going to ink this one first, I think. That's you're trying to encourage me to doodle because you know it's pushing me out with.
Oh, I'm not ready for doodling on Cutfiles or anything. Just not ready for it yet.
Steph does it so well.
Computer says no. Well, compared to Steph, it looks so rubbish.
We need to practice.
Right, I hope I've got enough lace now.
Right, let's get some little foam pads for my little baby bees here. They're going to go on foam pads. Oh, Nicola, I'm reading your ideas. So family could match the yellow flower. So this big yellow flower here, then both colour flowers in the background are mirrored in the title. Yes. Now I think this colour match. Have you gone again?
I've just hit the light now. Oh, I'm dangerous today.
It is. Your camera's gone all skewy as well. We can see.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, bring it us. We're all friends here. All happening. Anything can happen on the live, as you know.
Oh dear.
Right. So if I put that roughly here. Oh, the funniest thing is I haven't even stuck down this piece yet. So I'm thinking I'm just going to run a bit of glue around the edge because I don't want any adhesive showing through the vellum.
Oh yeah, that's the thing. That's the only thing with vellum, isn't it? It's sticking it.
Yeah, but because you've got a nice wide embroidery hoop, it should not be
See,
too.
that's why I make them with wider bits, because it's a nightmare to back as well if they're too thin. And then there's nothing worse than bits of paper sticking out, is there? That's
Fiddly
one of my
bit.
pet hates. Yeah.
Exactly.
When it gets so fiddly that you can't back it properly.
Yeah. Then you're just a bit frustrated by it.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm going to move that slightly. Happy with that. So that's there. My photo's down. We're going to tuck some of these florals here. Coming out the side. That might go over the top, I think. Chatting to myself.
Oh, I don't show up very much overlapped, so I think I might have to ink the edges a bit with brown, just to make them stand out a little bit. What do you think?
Yeah, so that you give a layered effect. And you could always foam them up a bit to give them 3D.
I was going to do that anyway, but the colour isn't showing.
It's not popping enough. Okay.
Just on the edge, I think. But I am going to try it on the top first. If I try it on the top, I can cover that over.
Good idea. Right, so I had the word happy here. Here.
Yeah, that's really not showing at all.
You see, I'm with you. Look, it's this bit of white that is I find too chunky. I'm having to.
Yeah.
It's just me.
That's all right.
It's just too chunky. That's just me being really fussy because I'm not normally that fussy, but. What do we think? On the hoop, on the flower, I need some advice. Where should that butterfly go? I haven't stuck it down yet. At the side of the birdhouse next to the hoop. Yeah, are you thinking here, Sarah? It just because it looks like it's floating on air, doesn't it? Or I was thinking, do I make like a little pole so that you know how birdhouses sometimes sit on a wooden pole? It just looks like it's floating a bit. And Nicola, I think you suggested maybe the fossilized amber. Do you think do that in the yellow so that it ties in? I have fossilized amber right here. That looks like the perfect match. Fossilized amber. Now I've got my new ink brush storage containers following Nicola's lovely inspirational post about storage. I can just access it all so quickly now. Flowers under the nest there, you think? Yeah, okay. Under the nest here, I reckon that'll tie it in because you've got flowers on that side. Right, let's get the titling. Oh, this fossilized amber is good. I'm having to dab it, but it's quite a sturdy cut file, Deb. It's not too thin.
Oh, you're inking the word. Oh, lovely.
Yeah, in fossilized amber, which matches the happy title. I'm going for it.
It's a lovely colour, isn't it? You weren't sure about fossilized amber, were you, to start with?
I'm sold. Well, I was always mustard seed. Mustard seed was
Yeah.
my go-to. But actually, as we've started to colour match collections, you realise mustard seed would just totally clash.
Yeah.
Fossilized amber is the perfect match. And now I've got all my labelled up brushes to the side of me. Right, that's lovely. Yeah, it does make it diagonal. There's definitely that thing, Rachel, isn't there, about like that flow.
What about the inking? Do you think that works better now? Does it show up more?
Is wonky. Oh, yes.
It does show up more, doesn't it? Right.
Really good.
Let's get cracking then. I've got 5 more to do.
Crack-a-lacking. And Joe, you reckoned on the hoop for the little butterfly there. So he stands out a bit more. It's like he's just landed on the edge of the hoop. So, and then there's my, I'm loving all these suggestions, you see. This is really good. Look at that.
It's just taken me about 3 hours to complete my the suggestion I had. It's going to look lovely, though. It's going to look great.
It will look lovely.
It will be worth all the effort.
Need to find, I've got a few more florals in here. Let's see if any of these. Oh, there is a little mini bird cage. I think the large one looks like it's better. Look, that looks something and nothing down there. Too small. Let's stick with this big birdhouse. We're going to make it work. Right, not that many florals. I've got a daisy in a flower pot. That's no good.
Are there any bits you can cut out from the journaling cards?
Yes, that's exactly where I think it's going to be.
Because there are some on the mini paper on the mini pad as well, aren't there?
Yeah,
so if it's too big on the paper.
Yeah, I fussy cut these from that mini book, from the mini pad. That's a nice little rose though. Might make use of that. Push the birdhouse up a bit, like up here you're thinking, so that it's more connected. Yeah. You don't want it to look like it's floating out on its own, do you? It just needs to be connected to this.
It needs to be grounded.
Yeah, it does.
You could have a post and a little bit of grass at the bottom, couldn't you, on that birdhouse? If you had a little post there and a couple of little fronds of grass. I've got a little die that would make a lovely little grass bunch.
Yeah,
like a bit sticking up.
And strangely, no birds in here. There's rabbits.
Oh.
There's bees. Look at this rabbit.
That's a real Peter Rabbit kind of rabbit.
I'm not going to be putting a rabbit right at the bottom. That's just a bit too much. A rabbit with some cabbage and radishes.
It's Peter Rabbit.
Yeah, my little boy would be quite happy with a rabbit at the bottom of the page.
I think you could save that for an Easter layout, couldn't you?
Yeah, definitely.
Actually, these papers would be lovely for an Easter layout, wouldn't they? Like egg hunting, I'm thinking.
Yeah. Right, here we go. This is the perfect floral to cut out. It was originally around the birdhouse, which I cut out. Counterproductive, but there we go. We will make the use of this. Oh, we're nearly out of time. Where's the time gone?
Oh, you're kidding, really? I'm going to have to bring this tomorrow to finish, aren't I?
Yes, you will. You've got a whole weekend to finish.
I got a whole weekend to finish it.
No, because we've got lots of classes, so we're going to be busy. But there's lots of crafting time in between, which I do love. So relaxing.
It is. And no cooking, no cleaning, no
washing up.
Yeah.
Heavenly.
Right, I feel like I haven't done anything much, but
you've got
some lovely bits of lace.
You've got the idea forming.
Yes.
And
yes, so if I just layer this up now, I can see what it'll look like in the frame.
And you can start to see how my clusterage.
That's looking very lovely. I just don't want it to look too bright because they're such lovely, delicate colours, aren't they?
I am going to build.
I think cut out in there, I think that could look quite nice.
Right, this is the idea, but it's what you call floral overload, but I will play around with it and post some photos, because that is a lot of flowers. That's quite out of my comfort zone. You can probably tell. I reckon we don't need those bits. Well, that is looking really good, Deb. Loving that.
I don't know where to put the foam dots. I think I need to put them there to make that 3D on that one. So I need to start filling in from the top.
Yeah, I'm working the way down.
Yeah, I need to think about that when I got more brain power. It's not tonight.
Beautiful, though. It is good.
I'm pleased with that. Thanks for the suggestion, Steph.
Yeah, some great ideas.
Good. She's very good.
Lots of people helped me with this because I feel like there was a little bit of block where something wasn't working. So I think this is going to come along okay. We will work on it. Brilliant. Thanks for joining us, everyone.
Thanks for joining us.
And have a lovely weekend. Another fab evening. Take care all.
Bye.
Bye.